This event is truly stacked from top to bottom. We cannot wait to see this event. Now, I wanted to ask you, we heard from you not too long ago mention that the fight between Canelo and Golovkin Part 2 was about 90% done. I just spoke to Eric Gomez a couple days ago, and he said 98% now. What's it going to take to get that, let's say, last 2% to get it signed and delivered?
I've been negotiating with Eric for a long time, working behind the scenes, trying to make this fight happen. This is the fight that the fans are asking for. Triple G was disappointed with the decision in the first fight. He clearly thought he won the fight. But that's really what gives momentum for the rematch to happen. I have a very good working relationship with Eric. We did the David Lemieux fight, unification fight together with Triple G in Madison Square Garden. We did naturally the first Canelo Triple G fight in September. And if we can make the rematch, I think the fans will be, that's what the fans are waiting for. It's just we're waiting for Triple G to get back from Kazakhstan. Hopefully when he gets back, I'll sit down with him. I'll sit down with Eric. And hopefully there's a way to make those last few points to get both sides to agree.
Now, given the bad judging in the first fight, is that going to give you more say-so in choosing the location for the fight? I'm sorry, not just the location, but choosing the judges for the fight. And is that why New York is one of the options?
New York was always an option, even for the first fight. Madison Square Garden is extremely interested in hosting this event. They're willing to put up a huge guarantee, more than I thought that they would put on the table, but that shows their level of commitment to not only this fight, but to the sport of boxing. Gennady's fought there 6 times and feels very comfortable fighting in New York. Canelo feels very comfortable fighting in Las Vegas. To answer your question, I really think that we need to get the fight done first, get it finalized, then we can start talking about locations, judges. Definitely, unfortunately, the first fight was overshadowed. It was a great performance by both guys in the ring. It was a tremendously successful event. It was like a soccer atmosphere there, with all the flags and the fans, and it was overshadowed by some of the scorecards that were issued that day. But look, if we can get the fight done, then I'm sure both sides we're going to be concerned about the judges and location, and we'll cross that path once we can actually finalize, once we can actually agree to all the terms.
Now, given that the fight is close to being done but not set in stone, at what point does Billy Joe Saunders or somebody else become a true option for Golovkin to fight next?
Saunders has always been an option. Billy Joe Saunders had a great victory over David Lemieux. He went into Canada to fight Lemieux. We were willing to go, Triple G was willing to go to the UK to fight Saunders a couple years ago when we were, when he wound up fighting Kell Brook. So there's a history with Saunders because he's the last champion that Gennady hasn't fought. Last title that's missing from his undisputed status. And Gennady's always wanted to fight him. I would say that, if the Canelo fight doesn't happen for any reason, naturally the unification fight with Saunders would make a lot of sense. But there's a lot of great fighters in the middleweight division out there. So, but clearly Canelo needs Triple G for that mega event. And so the same thing, Triple G needs Canelo for the mega event. They have 2 very strong fan bases. And we saw the success of the last fight. We set the record for the 3rd largest gate in boxing history. When you can make that kind of a statement, do very successful on pay-per-view, I think to do it again is almost a natural as long as both sides can agree to all the terms.
All right, well, definitely those options make great fights. But meanwhile, we have Superfly 2 happening at the Forum and live on HBO. Make sure you guys get your tickets. And Tom, if